Hi everybody, it's Leanne here from Marketing Leap. Bit of a late one today. We are moving on to module 2 of the Integrated Marketing Blueprint, and today we're going to be talking about websites. Now, whether you like it or not, you have to have a website. There are no yellow pages anymore. Everything has moved online. In fact, even the white pages and the yellow pages have moved online. Again, we'll keep reiterating this. You go into business because you have a passion and you are good at whatever it is that you do, whatever service or product that you have to offer, you are good at that. It becomes very important that you understand the digital space and what it's all about and what you need and the information that you need to keep on hand. And that's where your website comes in. And the first thing is your domain name. Your domain name is your business address online. It's no different to if you sign up for a rental space. You have your lease, you've got your address, you market that to everybody so that they can find you. That is what your domain name is. You need to know where your domain name is being held. And if you're in Australia, there's only certain companies that you can buy from. And generally you renew that every 2 years. So if you get a bill every year, go and find someone else to host your domain name because you're being ripped off. So that's what your domain name is. That is your physical address online. The second thing that you need to look at, and probably more importantly, is your hosting. Now your hosting is a filing cabinet, and that is where all the files and every bit of information that is held on your website is kept. And that's kept on your hosting. Your hosting is very important because that controls your speed and it controls the security of your website. Security is really important because we have something like 37,000 websites being hacked daily. And we're not talking big websites here. So when you think of what you spend on your website and what you spend to get people to your website, for every second it takes to load, you're losing 7%. Now, out of everyone in the entire world, for some reason, the UK, the Poms, are obviously used to waiting for things because they're a lot more forgiving. They will actually give you up to 10 seconds before they will bounce and go somewhere else. And most people, you don't even get that. Most people, 40% of people that actually come to your website will give you 3 seconds for your website to load. If it doesn't load within 3 seconds, they're gone. And 60% of them will not come back. What you spend on your website and what you spend getting people to your website, can you afford to lose 7% every second and then have 60% not come back once they're gone? So that's the second thing, is your hosting. The third most important aspect of your website is the platform that you choose. Now, I've worked with Drupal, and that was a major learning curve if you've ever seen a cliff. I've worked with Joomla. My favourite is WordPress. If you're on Wix, please do yourself a favour. You are wasting money. Wix has had way too many scammers on there, and Google will not rank you. They just don't. My personal favourite, and I've spent a lot of time learning it, is WordPress. And the reason that I like WordPress is because the back end of their platform is based on PHP. Now, PHP alone in the first 19 days of January had 27 updates to stay ahead of these hackers. So WordPress from a security perspective is great. Not only that, it gives you the ability to control it yourself. It's very easy to learn. There's lots of training. I actually have an entire section of my website dedicated to WordPress training because I have a lot of clients who, once they've got their website, they want to control it themselves, and that's great because it's your business and you should be able to do that, but you need to understand what you're doing. WordPress is really great for that. You can start off really, really small, just a blog. It's 2 pages. There's the one page with the blog and there's a contact me. All the way through to major e-commerce sites and to companies that are turning over a fairly substantial sum of money. But WordPress is great because it doesn't matter how big or small you are, it will grow with you. And there's so many plugins now and it works across so many industries. From the security perspective, it's fantastic. From the fact that you can control it yourself. If you want to, you can. If you want to have someone else do it for you, you can, and it's not going to cost you an absolute fortune because it's very easy to understand. So that's number 3, is the platform that you choose. The other platform that I've found is really, really good is Squarespace. They seem to have a lot of very similar things, and it's very user-friendly. So that's number 3. The 4th thing you need to look at your website is your mobile responsiveness. If you're not mobile responsive, you are not going to get ranked by Google at all. And I know myself, if I go into a website and that doesn't adjust to my phone, I'm not interested. I'm gone. I'll go find someone else. In actual fact, there is 53% of the population now on mobile. We have more people going online on mobile than we do on desktop for the first time ever in history. So when you consider the fact that there are 966 million websites out there, getting these little things right first is the most important thing. In 2012, we all globally had an attention span of 12 seconds. Fast track that 4 years. We have the attention span of 8 seconds. A goldfish has an attention span of 9. So your clients and the people that are out there really, in technical terms, have an attention span less than a goldfish. So that's something to consider when you're looking at how long it takes to do things and load. The final thing you need to look at with your website is it engaging? And does it draw people in? You've literally got 3 seconds. If you're really, really lucky, you might get 7, where people will actually stop and scroll through and have a look at your site. But it's a split-second thing. These days, people are looking at websites no different to the first impression of a person. You know, the first impression of a person is made within the first 1.3 seconds. With a website, you've got 3 seconds. And if you're really lucky, you might have 7 to attract your reader, to attract your ideal client, and to keep them engaged and to keep them on your site. Because that's the most important thing. Because once they're on your site, then you can tell them about yourselves and what you do, and again, how you can add value to their lives. So that's just a very brief overview of the web and the internet and websites. So I hope that has been of some value, and I will talk to you again tomorrow.